Hello everyone, welcome to another motovlog on my channel. My name is Marshall3498, and today's motovlog topic is going to be something what my channel normally is based around, and that is motorcycle topic. Today's topic, I'm not trying to clickbait the title before I begin. I know the Yamaha Tenere 700 is a big thing. Don't click off on this video because I know what I'm going to title it. But this is an after ride review of the Yamaha Tenere 700. I'll begin with one, why I didn't record it using my GoPro, because I am a motovlogger, obviously. If you're watching this, you know that. But Yamaha did this thing a couple years ago when, for whatever reason, they stopped letting my good friend Cave Troll went to one of these demo events with me, actually. And for whatever reason, Yamaha has stopped letting people record on their demo rods, unless it's a Yamaha press event for just journalists, is what the demo guy told me just last Saturday or Friday, whenever it was, that I rode Tenere 700. Now, I rode an MT10 while I was there, but that was just a wait to ride it, so that's not what you clicked on this video about. So this is an after ride review on the Tenere 700. Sorry, I'm on FJR, not the Tenere 700, but like I said, I did ask that so I wouldn't feel like an idiot having the camera on and making everybody stop before I got on the bike with the GoPro on. I have seen, I don't know if it depends on that, because see, here's the thing. I watched one from a fairly big channel, like 15,000 subscribers, of a first ride review, and he was obviously at the Yamaha demo day. How he got by with that and recording, I don't know. Maybe they didn't check and everybody just got on their bike and he was there mid-pack. And you know, Yamaha demo days, those of you who don't know, they do a front rider, leader, and sweep rider in the rear. That way, in case anybody stalls the bike out, somebody has a wreck, or the group gets separated by a red light or stop sign, they have somebody to make sure everybody gets where they're going, and if need be, you'll follow that sweep rider to wherever the group pulled over at. So, like I said, I don't know how a couple of these that I watched, like 3 of them recently, one an MT10 review by the upload date, or at least when the upload, I don't know when it's filmed, but it was obviously recently, and how they got by with that, unless it wasn't in the United States, maybe, but I'm pretty sure all 3 of them were. I don't know, but I don't understand why. Like I said, maybe the leader and the middle guy or the back rider didn't know, or maybe they knew but they didn't enforce it. I asked the guy that when you go and sign up, where, you know, you show them your Yamaha card, you sign your waiver, you tell them what you want to ride, and they scan your license to make sure you do have a motorcycle endorsement. Maybe that guy, or maybe the 2 other guys, but they seem pretty adamant about it, you know. And actually, when me and my friend Cave Troll went to the lesson we were denied on, it actually said, and I didn't catch it, it gives a little description about what's going to be there on the list of bikes and stuff on Yamaha's website. If you click under demo rides or demo events, whatever it is, and it used to say at the bottom, in the very bottom, recording not allowed. Now it doesn't say that, so that's what had me thinking, and seeing the fairly new uploads, that's what had me thinking that it was allowed. And I was like, cool, I get to do a first ride, everybody's excited about the Yamaha Tenere 700, blah blah blah, no big deal. So, I digress. Couldn't do it, and that's just what it is. So, sorry to get off topic and get on a rant, but I'll get to the topic at hand, what everybody clicked on this for. The particular one I rode, actually Tenere 700 for the whole height reach thing. I didn't ride one of the other ones. They had 3 of them there, and 2 of them had lowering link, a low seats, and they had the front forks, you know, the sag, so that way the bike's not sitting like this. They had the front forks lowered too, and it brought the total seat height. Of course, this is without anybody sitting on it, but this is where they measured it or whatever, without anybody sitting on it, like to do all seat height stuff. The regular Tenere 700, the seat height is 34.5 inches. At least that's what the sticker they had on the tank and the price and the wet weight on the Yamaha demo rides. They do that, just a brief few, 3 or 4 things about it for whatever reason, and the price. The one I rode said it had that. It said the lowering link and the front forks that were lowered, that was 3/4 of an inch. So those two together is 1.5 inches lower, and the lowering seat, which is probably really like a 1/2 inch. It said that brought it down to 32.4 inches. How they get that out of, and it's supposed to be 35. But like I said, it did lower it. I didn't set on one of the ones that were higher up because I set on which one that I wanted to pick before I signed up for that. And the one that was lower was still a little high, but I could swing my leg over it. It's not necessarily really for me. I'm 5'10" inches tall with a 32-inch inseam. It's not really that hard for me to throw my leg over a tall bike, but it's hard to get my leg and my foot back high enough for my foot to clear the seat without, my leg being almost completely horizontal, which, and I think this people just hit a bird, or they're waiting on a bird. What in the world? Anyways, yeah, it looks like a fresh roadkill in the road. Anyways, but like I said, the lower one was pretty reachable even for my height, and I'm not really used to riding tall bikes. Most of the bikes I've ridden, I'm either almost flat-footed or flat-footed, so I'm just not used to riding, I'm sure a lot of the guys out there that used to riding ADV or dual sport bikes, they're about my height or maybe a little shorter. They're used to that, and that's just, you want a bike with a lot of suspension travel and ground clearance, that's what you get. So like I said, the reach, I was a little bit more than half my foot reaching, which was good to me. I felt comfortable on that. The bike felt awesome. I've previously ridden a FC07, 2017 model, when I first started FJR, and back several years ago at another Yamaha demo ride event. So I knew basically what to expect with the motor, but I do feel like that in the Tenere 700 with a little bit lower gearing for more adventure riding and off-road riding, I do feel like the motor might have felt a little bit peppier. Either that or I've just ridden longer and used to this thing, which is a beast for what it is to be a sport touring bike. So maybe it felt a little faster, or maybe that bike felt a little slow for me for what I'm used to. But the bike is no way slow. I kept up with the group. A couple times the group, there was one part where they had to pull out on a main road, so I got separated a little bit from the group, me and the guy in front of me, and we ran other bikes down that weren't a Tenere 700 and had no problems keeping up with them. The motor is very smooth, very linear. Clutch, super light clutch. I can do it with one finger, even though it's still a cable assisted clutch. The brakes, which are Brembo, front and rear, ABS on the front and rear, switchable off, as most of you know and who've watched all the Tenere stuff like I have already knew that before you got on it. Obviously the bike's a chain drive. The bike's 400 and, if I get this number right, don't hate me, 432 pounds wet, which I do believe is with a fuel tank of fuel at 4.2 gallon gas tank. LED headlight, the quad one, the Dakar style in front and rear, all together. Although, one thing, I know Yamaha's trying to save a little bit of money, but good God, the orange pumpkin incandescent, no LED turn signals front or rear, where they flop and crap. I know most of the people are going to change those anyway, but for the average guy who doesn't want to really do wiring on his brand new bike, just put the LED ones on there, Yamaha. I mean, come on. Those things started being used in like the 1985 models or something crazy. Master C6 had them on and I hated them, at least on the front anyway, because the mount on it was weird to change. But like I said, bike really felt good. Motor strong. Suspension's really good. It's supposedly like right at 8 inches of suspension travel front and rear. I rode over some train tracks on purpose when the group slowed down I slowed down too and left myself a little gap to get a running start just to see how, how it would soak up the bumps. I rode like I said, railroad tracks like 40 miles an hour, which were pretty rough. And, I know what railroad tracks feel like even on a bike that rides good like this. And it felt way more, of course you got more suspension travel and stuff. It felt, even though it's adventure suspension, felt pretty soft on the softer side. The good soft, but not soft without being real floaty or anything. Felt really, really, really good. The stock tires, Pirelli Rally Scorpion STR. It's a weird name for a tire. I think I got it all right first try. Tires felt good. We got the bike up around 60, maybe 65, and I didn't hear really hardly any tire noise, which is good. Tires felt competent in the corner. I mean, sometimes we were done 50, 55 going through sweepers and stuff, and tire didn't feel like it wanted to try to move around underneath me, even though it's more of a 50-50 tire. So that's good. But yeah, the bike itself, just overall, it felt really, really good. Planted. The brakes, I kind of went off topic there and jumped to something else. Sorry. The brakes, even though they're Brembo, they're not super sharp, but they're that way on purpose to be kind of spongy. So that way, I guess, maybe in off-road situations, if you have the ABS turned off front and rear, that maybe that way it makes them more linear and less likely to lock up, I'm guessing. Is what some of the reviews that I've watched on YouTube, that's what they said. And that does make sense. Sorry guys, there's a ton of crap on this road. I've been in road work or something. I'm trying not to have a bad day, as Cycle Cruiser would say. But it just the bike. I can't really say anything bad about the bike other than one small complaint, like I said, about the turn signals and the fact the front windshield did a pretty decent job of keeping a lot of wind off my torso where it got close to highway speeds. I did have some air hitting my helmet, but it felt like it was fairly clean air, even though it was quite a bit of it. It didn't feel like it was buffeting or anything like that. But windshields are like seats. Everybody has their preference, whether they like more wind flow, less wind flow. If you ride it when it's colder, you're going to want a bigger windshield. If you want more airflow when it's hot, then you're going to put the stock one back on. It's just whatever. But out of the box, bike felt really good. I don't think I would make any changes on it if I was to get one myself personally, which unfortunately after the demo ride made me want one that much more. But that's life. That happens. If you had everything you want, then you wouldn't want for nothing and it'd be boring. So whatever. But I don't think I'd change anything on the bike itself for me, for my taste, other than putting crash protection, bark busters, stuff like that, the normal ADV stuff. Some kind of soft luggage rack system, or even just a rear tail bag to start out would be fine. But like I said, brakes felt good, clutch is good, motor felt good. The bike, what I would intend to use it for is just really riding it back roads like this and getting it on gravel roads, mild off-roading. I really can't really fault it any. The riding position to me is different than what I'm used to as I'm used to this as a sport touring bike. The biggest way I can describe it on camera, what I felt like instead of my foot being back behind me like this, kind of like it is on my bike, it's more like straight down, almost like a gull wing position, like your knee is 90 degrees down. It was a little odd for me when I first put my feet up and we took off the demo ride. I was like, I'm used to my legs being and my feet behind me just barely on this and my previous bike, and I was like, what in the world? But yeah, bike felt really good. If you're interested in riding one, check the Yamaha website. You put your zip code in and it shows what's on there. If they are still in your area before the end of the year, I urge you to go and check one out. You will not be disappointed, I promise you, because I was thoroughly impressed and I was thinking, whatever, see what it's gonna be. And my quest of trying to find a middleweight venture bike, pretty sure I already found it first try. So on that, guys, thanks for watching. If you've not already done so, please hit the subscribe button. Love to have you as a new subscriber. Turn on the bell notifications. I do most of the time always upload one video a week on Thursday or Friday. And leave a comment down below if you got any questions. I'd be more than happy to answer me. Or if you've got just a comment you want to share, you know, maybe something else to be a good middle adventure bike. First one I rode, and like I said, this is just part of my ongoing research to get the best bike for me. So on that, guys, thanks for watching. Have fun. Ride safe. We'll see you on the next one. See ya.